My turkey is now rinsed. This is the part of Turkey 101 where I teach you what to do next and how to make sure you get a crispy skin on this bird. Now, after your turkey has been rinsed, you may notice that there are some feathers left behind. That's okay. Just pull them off. They're just these little tiny feathers. If you see them, grab them. If you don't, it's not the end of the world, I promise. I'm going to take some paper towel and I'm going to pat the skin dry. This is because we want to add some salt to draw off additional moisture, and we want the salt to actually stick to the bird, but we don't want it sliding all around. At this time, you can also dry out the inner cavity. I like to do this just so there's not a ton of moisture inside. We're not concerned with crisping up the inside, but we also don't want there to be puddles of water in there. Now, I already have informed you that this bird is in fact pre-brined, but that does not mean that the skin will automatically crisp up magically on its own. So we are going to salt the outside of the bird anywhere that you want it crisped up, and then we will let it rest for about 15 minutes to draw that moisture out. Make sure you get salt all over the skin. We'll be back in about 15 minutes and I will show you the moisture that has drawn out of this bird. It has been about 15 minutes and my bird has leached out a lot of excess moisture from the skin. So I'm going to take a paper towel and just pat off any of that remaining moisture, and it's okay if the salt comes with it a little bit. It's not the end of the world. You're going to start slathering it with things to make the skin crispy and also give it a delicious flavor. Now that my bird is rinsed, salted, dried out, we can set it to the side for just a moment so we can prepare what we are going to slather on our bird. I have here a small bowl and a stick and a half of butter. And I'm going to just soften this in the microwave because I did not plan ahead and I did not take this out early enough in the morning so that my butter was completely soft. Also, it's a little cold outside, so on my countertop, my butter will not get as soft as I want it to anyhow. Now at this time, we will also prepare the things that we want to stuff inside of our bird because we're doing it all at once. My butter is perhaps maybe too melted, but it's fine. I'm going to zest and juice a lemon right into my butter. I like the flavor that lemon gives a bird, and I think it helps crisp the skin. It is okay if you get seeds inside of your butter mixture. This is just going on the outside of your turkey, and chances are you'll catch them as you are slathering your bird. I'm going to add salt, fresh cracked black pepper, as much or as little as you like. And I will be using this Total Season Complete. Now you can use whatever you like for this. I sometimes will use Badia Season Complete or make my own blend. This is a really surefire way to make sure that your flavors are balanced in your bird. Remember, we're seasoning an entire bird with this, so it's okay to be a little liberal with your seasoning. Whenever I do a bird, I roast 1 head of garlic for garlic roasted mashed potatoes and 1 head of garlic just for flavoring inside of the bird. And what I will do for the one that I'm just throwing inside of the bird is I will just chop it directly in half. I'm gonna throw the whole head of garlic right inside of the cavity of my bird. Now for the one that I'm going to roast for my mashed potatoes, chop off just the top bit. You can chuck this back inside of your bird. I'm going to nestle my garlic right in the middle, salt it. There's a little bit of olive oil right in here. I will tuck this along the side of my bird so I can pop it out easily when I think it's done. For some reason, I'm not sure exactly what the science is, apples keep your bird moister. So I just quarter them up, not really concerned with what they look like, and just shove them in. And I will tuck a few here in the top where the neck was. My dishwasher just finished running, so now I'm being steamed. Do you remember the other half of the lemon that we did not juice? That's going right inside of my bird as well. The large yellow onion that I'm going to quarter up. I'll go ahead and chuck my onions right inside my bird. And again, shoving some of them up in that neck area. If my bird was smaller and it was tipping all around, I would fill up the space surrounding my bird with things like apples, onions, carrots, celery, and whatever else you may like to make a turkey stock or turkey broth. Because essentially, your turkey is going to leak juices down into this pan, and that's what's going to make your gravy so flavorful. But because my turkey is massive, I don't really need that. So I will take the legs and tuck them right into this skin. This prevents those bones from burning, and it keeps everything nice and tightly packed. Take my turkey wing and bend it back and tuck it up under. And now my turkey is secure in the pan and it is sitting upright, and I don't have to worry about it going anywhere. I don't think it was going anywhere anyways. Now at this point, you should have no jewelry on. You shouldn't have had any jewelry on this entire time. But I figured I should mention it before we get very intimate with this bird, because I'm going to slide my fingers up under the skin. It's okay if it rips a little. I'm just creating a cavity in between the skin and the meat so that I can fill it with that butter that I made. I'm going to go in right with my hands and stick some inside, slathering it all over that breast. And this is why you want your bird to be not soaking wet, and also why you want it to be not cold. If it's cold, it's going to seize your butter up and it's going to be hard to spread. Now, with the remaining butter, I am going to coat my entire turkey. I like to pack a little bit of this butter into the cavity as well, because it will melt in there and season the bird from the inside as well. You can do this beforehand and really rub it in there before you start to fill up your cavity, or you can do it after. I'm gonna add a little bit more of this to Total Seasoning Complete right on top, just to make sure that everywhere is evenly coated with this seasoning. Realistically, this is a 22-pound bird, so it can handle a lot of seasoning. I am going to fill up the bottom of my pan with some chicken broth or turkey broth or vegetable broth, whatever you like. And when I say fill up my pan, I don't mean actually full. Probably about an inch of liquid you want down there. You could even just leave water down there if you'd like, but this is going to be the base for my gravy, and I want a lot of really delicious gravy. Looks like 64 ounces of liquid is what you're looking for. Now, I will pop this into a 425-degree oven and then immediately turn the heat down to 325. And once my turkey is looking brown, we will be back for the next part of Thanksgiving for Dummies, Turkey 101. Oh, it's heavy.